Hello, nieces and nephews. This is your Uncle Bill. Welcome to week 31, year 2022. Yes, 2022. And we're going to have some fun. This is Critique Week. One of the things that made me just so that I came in here at just the right time is I just changed the theme to my browser, actually, so that I could not only have YouTube dark, but Chrome dark, so that it cuts down more of the light flicking around my face. Hopefully it looks better. I don't know. We'll find out. And Andrew, so great to have you in here. Man, I love you. And it is just one of these days I got to come out to England and visit you and cook in the kitchen and have all sorts of fun. This is Critique Week, and I have 5 crazy things to share with you. But first, I gotta share elegant something. I had a link in here, but anyways, thank goodness, Elegant Restorations. I think something like that. The guy is saved me $400. Yeah, $400. Everybody says, "Oh, you just take a gas valve. I can't even talk today. Gas valve and turn it off." Well, older gas valves, as I came to find out after bending ever so slightly the handle, but I knew to stop because anytime you're bending something, you're putting too much force on it. My gas valve handle to my stove supply line, I thought was stuck in the open position. Come to find out, it's designed to stay in the open position. Hi, Bridget. Great to see you in here. I'm telling the story about my gas stove. And what happens is there's 2 set nuts on the bottom of this valve. And all you have to do is loosen up those nuts on the bottom of the valve, and all of a sudden I could just open and close that valve with ease. I had a plumber that literally told me, "Oh, take a picture of your valve and, we'll give you an estimate." $400 is what they wanted to replace the valve. Had they even looked at the valve, they would have been able to tell me, "Hey, your valve looks brand new. Why don't you just loosen up the nuts on the bottom and just see if you could just turn it shut?" Anyways, that's my long story short. I won't name the name of the company because I don't want to be slandered. But anybody who doesn't, it's like when you go and you fix somebody's computer and you find that it has a virus and you could easily run a virus checker and just whatever. Number 1 from Uncle Bill's house. This also has a story. I have 2, and I'm going to tell you which one I like better. There's the Bosch and Loam sight savers, because Uncle Bill wears glasses and he has to clean them often. And we have the Zeiss, not Weiss, Zeiss sight savers. I have been buying these because I get them less expensive from Costco. These are a little bit more expensive, and I've gone back to them. Why? Because with these sight savers from Amazon, I had a shirt that I had left at a friend's house, and I got it 2 years later. And I reach into the pocket, and anybody who uses these kind of things knows that if you leave them alone for long enough, they dry out. And the Zeiss was still nice and moist, just like I had just bought it. I decided to go back to Zeiss because some of these are even dry, brand new. Not dry, dry-ish, whatever. That's number 1. Got all sorts of savings here. Now, we were talking about vintage. This is almost a vintage piece of gear here. I got this at a appliance parts center, and you can probably find one of these. What this is designed for is cleaning out underneath your dryer, and also for cleaning out in the back. This will snake down back where you have the thing that you pull out for doing your dryer lint. That's what this is for. I love it. So that's number 2. Crazy things. We have all sorts of fun here. And the next thing, you couldn't comment. Oh, Bridget couldn't comment. Probably Bridget, because I don't know why you couldn't comment. I maybe had the stream not opened. And let's see, that's number 2. I had a whole bunch of other things. Oh, yeah. Number 3, I'm going to have a video out on this. This is the birdhouse. Yay! This is from the Dollar Tree, and I made the birdhouse. Now, one of the things I'm going to recommend in the video is that if you do make this and you have this with your daughter or son who's 5 and up, because it's rated for 5 and up, is that you supervise, and it's a chance for you to get interaction with your child, and it's a lot of fun. Yeah, isn't that cute? I love this little thing. I might even paint it someday. I'm thinking about putting it out. This thing took me about 3 or 4 hours total to make, and the reason why it took me so long is because the first 20 minutes I did it wrong, and also I had it on camera, so maybe it wasn't 2 hours. But anyways, lots of fun, brought back memories, and another reason why 5 and up, it's age appropriate. They can learn, but I think it's better for adults to teach, especially with this, because this project has no, all these things are literally glued. They don't interlock. If you don't glue it right, it doesn't sit right. And for that reason, I think that people should take their child by the hand and say, hey, this is how you glue things. I also recommended, because 5-year-olds have smaller hands than this, that you consider showing the child how to use a small vise. Why don't I grab one? I'll show you what I'm talking about. I've shared these so they don't count as a device, but just a couple of these. It's really good. And this is something that would be good for a child to learn how to use when they're young. They're fun. It's fun gluing things together. I mean, isn't that what kids like to do, is put glue on chairs and make it so that no, that's in the movies. All right. So what are we up to? 3, 4. Number 4. I don't know if anybody's seen these kinds of headsets before for noise control. And what they're designed for is fitting underneath a safety hat. This way you can wear a hat and wear hearing protection both at the same time. That is number 4. And number 5, I don't know, I'm feeling like critiquing these is of the home improvement. Because I was thinking, after I finally found the answer, and the answer was only after I had queried Google God knows how many times. Actually, I do know how many times, and I'm not God, but it was 5 or 6 times I queried Google, and I finally got a reference to the YouTuber that I'll put in the comments down below after the video. But anyways, my hat's off to him. I just wish I had remembered to pin the comment rather than just entering the comment. I forgot that comments before stream get lost, because it really was great video. He showed how to get the valves, and he was behind a dryer and did one of the valves, and he also did one that was an inlet to water heater, I think. Anyways, these books, step by step, easy. This one's Home Depot, one of my favorite stores. And then we have Reader's Digest. We got 2 of them. And do it yourself. You think that with the fact that these books are as old as they are, that I was halfway expecting to have them say the same thing, but everybody does the assume. And we all know what happens when you assume, because you make up out of you and me. And assuming that everybody knows how to turn off a gas valve, I think is a major bozo no-no, as we would say when I was growing up. And I so I'm sharing with you all, if you have a valve and it appears stuck and you see a couple of nuts on the bottom that line up with where the valve pivot is, loosen those nuts ever so slightly, just enough, and then you'll find that the valve will probably turn no problemo. And it's usually a gate valve that they're using the set screws on. But I don't know. They might use it on other valves too. Let's see. What am I doing? Hi, everybody. Oh, I didn't even send this. Here we go. I hope everybody's staying safe this summer. I think that's 5. Isn't that 5, Bridget? Because if it isn't 5, I have more stuff here. All sorts of stuff. Like Uncle Bill always has things close at hand. We have stickers. These are always good for when you have an envelope and it doesn't come down all the way, or you just want to spice it up so that somebody says, oh, let's go hiking. Yeah. Uncle Al, there's no way that I could miss you coming in, and God bless you. It's great to see you here. I hope that you're doing whatever you can do to stay coolish where you're at, because one thing is, I think Uncle Al probably has the warmest place of any of us right now on this broadcast, because if I'm not mistaken, Uncle Al, isn't it over 100 where you live right now? And I hope that you're doing whatever you can do to stay cool. All right, so we got Uncle Al. Now, time to pitch, because Andrew's Simple Cooking is the best place to go for Andrew's Simple Cooking. He has great videos. They're quick. They're easy relatively. And if you can't find the ingredients, I'm sure that you can, because Andrew lives over in England, their ingredients are a little bit different than ours. I'm sure that he'll help you as far as changing over to US ingredients, because most of those ingredients, like for instance, on many of his Asian recipes, he uses a dark or a thick soy sauce. I can't remember which it was, but it is definitely thicker than American soy sauce. And, little things like that. Now, Die Bullfrog 79, Uncle Al, he is the best person to contact for just about anything preparedness wise that you can think of. Also does cooking, very, I guess you would say, prepared cooking, cooking that's easy, and things that you can have that you didn't think that you could have that were just wild and great. And Uncle Al, I hope I didn't lose you. Anyways, Uncle Al's here. Andrew's here. Bridget's here. I'm here. We're going to have a great time. We're going to talk about cooking. We're going to talk about critiquing. Critiquing is just a fun thing. I used to do a lot more critiquing on Amazon. Whoops, I said the name. Anyways, I love Amazon. If you want to get the best price, and oh God, I just remember what I wanted to talk about today for people. And this is for you, Andrew, just as much as it is for Bridget and anybody else listening to the broadcast. Uncle Bill has a pet peeve. I do have some affiliate links. I usually never post them. Anyways, and if I do post them, I always put in a caveat. Look for better prices, regardless of whether I have the affiliate link in there. Go check. Find out if you can get a better price. I am finding that manufacturers, like say for instance, um, Bayer, Eddie Bauer, which I recently purchased from, if I was to purchase on Amazon, you'd think that you'd get a deal, but going to the manufacturer, a lot of times you get even a better deal than you'll get at a discount store. Manufacturers are jumping onto the revenue wagon. Everybody wants to make money. And to make money, the way you have the most control over it, if there are um, no other steps or I can't even remember the name of it right now, but if there's no middlemen in the process, and a lot more manufacturers are willing to deal directly with the customers. Eddie Bauer, I dealt directly with them. I had a perfect purchase. It was a nice black, it's an ultimate travel blazer, and it's wrinkle resistant. They say it's wrinkle proof, but nothing is wrinkle proof. And I got half off. Half off was a lot less expensive than it would have been on Amazon. So that's one of my critique and one of my secret things that I'm sharing with everybody is how to save money online. And one of the ways is take this cup, for instance, the Real Steel. Check the Real Steel site, check Amazon, check Google, check the eBay. And a caveat to that, the least expensive isn't always the least expensive, especially if you don't get anything. Sometimes the price is quoted you that sounds too good to be true, and odds are it is too good to be true. Bridget, is Uncle Al still here? Because I'm not showing him in my chat, nor am I seeing Andrew, but that's just because my participants drop off. I might even critique the new black black Chrome plugin that I just tried before this broadcast, because it does cut down a little bit of the how's your mom doing with the COVID, by the way, Andrew? I hope that she's over that. And I did send you the exerciser on Amazon that she could use for um, exercising her lungs afterwards. What I've found that with most of the people on COVID, they have issues breathing afterwards. And it doesn't go away right away. And it helps to exercise their lungs and get all that, clear all that stuff out. Yeah, maybe we'll be seeing her do one of her famous cakes one of these days. Although I don't think she's chomping at the bit to go working in the kitchen quite yet. And I love, what camera is it? Do you use a GoPro, or are you still using your phone for doing your videos? I've actually taken a step backwards in my phone. I now use a Motorola Moto E6. And the reason I use this is because I can pry the back off and put the new battery in. User replaceable batteries. It's not a better phone, but it's more serviceable phone, which in my opinion is better because I'll be able to replace the batteries, hopefully, as long as they supply the batteries. Phone only? No, it's not only a phone only. I do have a camera in here. It's a whopping 12 megapixel camera. Woohoo! It takes okay pictures. And I'm finding that even though they say that you should only use HD video, if you have a good 720p video, you can expand it out to the 1080p and get away with it. Especially if you have a good 720p camera. And I think a lot of people are starting to find that. It's just that everybody else is going to the 5K, 6K. I think they're all the way up to 9K cameras now. And what people are also realizing is when you do that, for every second of video that you shoot, you're like shooting like 3 times more of the storage you're taking up. So it's pretty crazy. And Bridget sending healing hugs, trying to do some filming scenes in slow motion. It's not as easy as it looks. In here with your phone, are you trying to do it, or with a camera are you trying to do it? And the way you can do the slow motion, although I'm sure you've been told this a million times, and you actually do better editing than I do, is you take the frame rate and just cut it in half, and that'll do it. Although on Shotcut, all I have to do is say, oh, instead of playing it at 1 speed, play it at 0.5 or 0.4, and that'll slow it down. But if I'm shooting at a 30 frame rate, it takes that video and makes it'll make it choppy, not as smooth. Try shooting at 120 if your camera or phone will do that. 120 frame rate for slow motion. That way you'll have a lot to play with. Is it really the filming that gives you trouble with the slow motion, or is it the fact that when you go back in and edit, it's a lot more work? Just kind of curious. They added something new to Shotcut recently, which is supposed to make it easier to sync all the tracks together. And I thought that they had said that it was automatic, but I didn't find the actual setting where it's all automatic. It's harder editing. Yes, much harder editing. And the other thing is if you're doing multi-track, then it's even harder. What I've done where I've done a variable frame rate, for instance, if I have a stop motion where I'm making things faster, because things that I do when you set up a tent, that's 20 minutes. And nobody's going to sit down and watch me set up a tent for 20 minutes. What I do now is I take the camera and I take one of my little, do I have one sitting around here? Yeah, I do. Always within arm's reach. I take, by the way, these are good cameras, the Victor 760, except for the plastic goes bad on them. I see there's a chip there and a chip there. I like it. It takes great pictures, but I'll take this or my other, I keep on saying 760. It's a 960 camera, and the 940. I'll take them and set them to film a video 1 frame a second. So every 2 seconds of video is a minute. And that way, 20-second video is actually 10 minutes worth of filming. So it works. And it's the exact opposite. If you were doing it for slow motion, you just change your settings. What, Andrew, what video editor are you looking at using? And is it the settings or just moving things around? Because if it's the settings, I can look them up for you and email it to you. Also, Andrew, I don't know if you do a mailing list, but I've been very happy with the Send Fox that I got from AppSumo. I did the Send Fox with, I got all of 20 people total, I think, as far as my mailing list. And you use very basic on an iPad. Oh, no wonder why you're having... Here's one thing that you might try, Andrew, is get yourself a mouse. I don't have an optical mouse here, but you get a mouse and sync it up to your iPad. That'll make the control a lot finer. and you could put that on a mouse pad. Are you doing that already? Oh, thanks, Bridget. And Apple really does have great stuff. The other thing that you could do, Andrew, is I would bet money that somebody else is doing videos on an iPad and editing them. And you might find somebody on the internet that, obviously is way more app savvy. My brain just isn't working today, but app savvy for the iPad. And do you have a bigger iPad? Well, actually, I don't think you're not working off an iPad mini, are you? You're working off a standard iPad, which is what, 10 inches? Yeah. Oh, good. I'm glad you like the mouse. I would go for the mouse first because that'll make it much more control over your movements. And the other one is, check online. I'm sure people online on YouTube can give you a lot more. And the other thing is, if you really want to get crazy, is I think the iPad will also cast it has the capability to cast your video to something even bigger if you want for better visualization. So you can do that. Live chat doesn't like you today. I'm sorry about that, Bridget. Sometimes that happens with live chat. It's a 10 inch. Well, 10 inch is a good size monitor. So I think you could do 10-inch video editing, but believe me, if you take the step up to 24-inch video editing, and with your channel, I think all you would need is a couple sponsors. Just tell them that and you probably have sponsors by now, don't you? You could say, I would really like it if it was a little easier to do my editing. Somebody would send you a monitor to do it. Losing signal. I hope I'm not losing signal. We'll find out. I'm on cable, so I shouldn't be losing signal. And could be me. Am I running anything extra? Let's see. Here we go. Let me close down some stuff because I just noticed that I also have Audacity running in the background, which could be buggering up things. I don't want to save anything. I just want to close. No, I don't want to save it. I hope that helps a little bit. And let me close my other applications because I had to pay the Veterans Administration. I forgot to pay my last bill. Actually, I thought I paid it, but I guess I didn't. And we got everything shut down other than YouTube and the two windows, because I always run one side window so I can see who's in chat. We're getting down towards the end, so I better pitch one more time. Don't forget, if you're a prepper or anybody who does survival cooking, check out Die Bullfrog 79, and he has great survival tips and tricks and how to prepare for the next Armageddon. Also, if you're into simple cooking and some other great cooking, check out Andrew's Simple Cooking. Best cooking channel there is for going for simple cooking, quick recipes. Most of them, I think they're under 5 minutes, if I remember correctly. It's either 5 or 10. Some are might be 10, but they're all really quick. I get in there and I watch them. One word to the wise, though, for both of these channels: make sure to have something to eat before you watch the video. Otherwise, you'll go to your refrigerator afterwards and you'll rate it. Well, I'm Bill Dube. This week's is Critique Week. I'm going to have all sorts of fun critiquing things. I might even critique this, but there is a video coming out on my other creator channel. And I love you all. Make every day this side of the dirt great. Have some fun. Stay safe. Love you. Bye-bye. And I got to get to the end of the stream thing and hit that too. And then I have to move ever so slightly to get it to the other spot, which is up here. And then the stream ends. Love you. Bye-bye.